Hi and welcome back to Stu's Rover P6 restoration. In today's episode I'm going to repair this piece of floor down there which I missed. So I scraped it off last week. It all kind of peppered, so we're going to cut a piece out and weld that in. That should be fairly straightforward as it's flat. And then we're going to move on back to where I was last week, which is going to cut this piece out. There's a hole there, see? We'll cut that out, graft that bit in there, and then we can start rebuilding all around that edge there. We've got a new splash panel anyway, so that'll be replaced. Yeah, so still more welding, but each bit is one bit less and the amount is not too bad now, so I'll just be glad when it's all welded up and start doing something different. Right, anyway, I'll get myself set up, get my overalls on, and then crack on. Probably set the tripod up so you can actually watch a little bit of welding as well. Right, so I've cut a bit of plate, lay in there. I've marked it all the way around. So now I'm going to cut that piece out and give that a clean up and then get that welded in there. And then once again, that's the floor done. I seem to remember saying that before. Right, that's out. Hopefully this is the right size still. And we dropped it. Yeah, it doesn't look too bad. Alright, turn the camera off for a sec. Just going to clean that around and get it clamped in. Right, so I kind of got the plate where I want it to be now. So I'm going to tack it round first and then weld it all in. that bit welded in there. Right, hopefully this time that is all in the floor. All on the floor even. Right, I'm going to give that a grind up. I'm not going to film that. And then I'll move on to the next bit. Right, so just run over that with a grinder. Just give it a bit of a clean up. I'll hoover some of the grinding dust up in a bit and give that a coat of red oxide later, but I'm not going to do that yet. I'll wait until I've done all the welding I'm going to do today. So now we're going to go up under the wing and cut this piece out here. Already cut a bit of plate there last week, which is what I was about to do when my grinder blew up. So obviously I've got a new grinder. So yeah, I'm going to cut that out and then we'll go from there. Right, so that's that bit cut out now. I'll lay this bit in here. Like so. Just going to drill a couple of holes in this bit, which will obviously tie into that, which is sort of the back of the... Is it the back of the seat? Yeah, kind of in the back of the seat. Or it's inside the boot anyway. But anyway, I'm going to put a bit of weld through primer down there, drill them holes, and I'll set the camera up again and weld that bit in there. Right, so like I said, drilled a couple of holes in this piece, weld through primer on the inside, weld through primer on the piece where the holes are. Now we need to weld this into there. Do it. Quite nice that bit. Not sure what you can see. See if I can zoom in a bit or something. Oh, wrong way. There you go, that's that bit in. So, now I need to do some more choppy. Need to make a piece to come round up in here, because it's a bit peppered up in behind there. And And once we've made that piece, then we need to fill in all the top bit. It's definitely making the panels that takes the time. Right, so I'm over at the bench now. Like I said, I need to make a piece to go up under the wheel arch, so I'll start with this bit, flat bit, and put a right angle in it, and then get the stretcher shrinker on it so it'll bend round that curve. I think I've probably showed this before, but I'll show it again. I did make a couple of marks on it so I know where to bend it. It's only a cheap metal folder, but and I haven't clamped it in the vice properly. That's better. Right. Here we have it. You could do it round a bit of like channel section or something, which I've got a bit of channel, which sometimes I'll just with short bits I'll just rattle a right angle into it. But for a nice straight, it's hard to show, but for a nice straight angle does it nice in the bender, which is what I want. Right, so now I need to turn this piece, which is straight, needs to have a curve on it to go up under the wheel arch, and for that I should use the shrinker stretcher, which in this case I will be shrinking it. Yeah, shrinking it, which you put the curve in. If you stretch it, then it would arch the opposite way to what I want it to go. I think that's right. It's quite a new tool to me anyway, so I'm still learning every time I do it. When I've done the last piece off camera before, I actually went too far with it because it done it a lot quicker than what I thought it was going to. But anyway, I'm going to turn the camera off for a sec, put the shrinker in there, and then I'll film that again as well. Right, so I've got the shrinker in my vise now. It's not an ideal height, and I really do need to cut my bench down so it's at a more sensible height, because it is too high. I do want to lower it and bolt it to the wall so that it doesn't move about everywhere. But anyway, for now it's going to have to do, because if I'm doing that then I'm not working on the car. I really need to get this welding done. So all we do is get it in there, just like that, he says. And then you just gradually work your way along the piece. And as you can see, starting to get a curve on it. So I'm not going to take the camera over there, but I'm going to go and see how we're doing and how much more we need to put on it. Right, so still not quite enough, so we'll do another pass and then see where we are then. We're probably probably end up going too far. That's what I did last time. You see, much more of a curve. Go and size it up to the job. And that is actually about what I want now, so I'm not going to mess about with it anymore. Just trim off any excess down the sides or whatever, and then cut it out and get that bit welded in. So I'm back under the wheel arch now. I've cut the inner piece out. I'm going to leave the outer piece just as a reference point for now. But yeah, I've cut that piece out, and the piece that I've just put a curve in on the shrinker. I've put it up in here. I've marked it, and I've cut it so that it fits in there exactly. So I'm going to butt weld it all the way around here, which is what I wish I'd done on this piece up under there. Because I did just lay that piece over the top, which was a bit lazy really, but it's okay. But yeah, you'll see that inside of the boot otherwise, and I'm going to try and keep it as tidy as possible, although once the mats and that's in the boot you won't see it anyway. But yeah, so I've just put some weld through primer up in there, and then like I said, I've cut this piece down so that it fits in there exactly. Obviously that hole, a plug weld up into that piece up under there. Yeah, so right, as soon as that's dry, I'll get that welded in. Right, so like I said, that camera's terrible, but I'll bring that down a bit, see if that helps. That's a bit better, slightly better. Yeah, so like I said, that bit fits up in there nicely. So we'll get that clamped up, if I can remember what I've done with the clamps. I literally had them a minute ago. God's sake. Hear that? So we'll get this bit clamped in, then we get it welded up then. Now I've gone too far. Little gap. That's it, that don't look too bad. We'll get a few tacks in there. that's it. Get a couple of tacks in there and then we'll weld it all the way around. I don't know what you could see then, probably not a lot. See, that needs to go back up a little bit. But it's fine. It couldn't go right up because of the previous panel, which is why I haven't welded it across the bottom bit yet. So I need to cut this, get rid of this, get rid of some of it anyway. I'll try not to lose them lines. Yeah, it's all good. So that escalated pretty quickly then as to what I had to cut out. You can see, cut all of that bit out. Just going to weld a little bit in there just to repair that, because it was a bit thin down there. I've just made a panel to go in there, which is down here, which kind of goes in there something like that. Don't know what you can see, not perfect but be fine. So once again I'm going to put a bit of weld through primer on there. I'm going to weld that bit there and that edge there and give it a clean up, and then some weld through primer on the inside of this bit. Yeah, it's a lot worse than the other side. This side definitely. I didn't have to replace any of this like inner tub on the other side. Like literally replace one little bit like that the other side, if I remember rightly. It's probably in one of the old videos near the beginning, I should think. Anyway, it's getting there. I wonder how many times I've said I'm getting there since I started doing these videos. Hundreds of times, I should think. Right, anyway, let's get on with it. Right, so after a bit of fettling and a little bit of work, we've got that panel in there. Right, so the next bit I've got to do is up here, but what I've actually done is cut this piece out from there, and yeah, there is a hole there, but the back piece overlaps. I don't know if you can see it, the camera's not very good. Yeah, so you can see the overlap there. But anyway, so what I'm going to do, I think, is clean this piece up, repair that piece because it's all the right shape. Basically put that piece back in once I've repaired up there. But anyway, we've once again come to the end of the day. I don't think I've done too bad today. So we've got that bit, quick recap what we've done. We've got that bit in the floor today done. We've got that piece down there welded. We've done a bit of shrinking on the shrinker stretcher. That's easy for me to say. Right, yeah, and we've got that piece there welded in. So we've got all of them pieces welded in. So yeah, it's not too bad at all. I need to make a piece for down in there as well. Like I said, I've got a new splash guard to go on there, so I haven't got to make that. I was contemplating buying one of them. I'm still undecided. We'll see what happens there. But right, anyway, for today, that is it. So I hope you've enjoyed this video, and if you do like it, then hit the like and subscribe button. If you don't. You can catch me on Facebook, which is Rover P6 Rebuild or Restoration. I can't remember which now, and it's the same on Instagram. It's still only the same sort of thing, just photographs, just following the progress of what we're doing. But yeah, until next time, see ya.